Time for your health news right now. New studies show pandemic anxiety could be killing your sex drive. So taking care of yourself physically and mentally is so crucial, and your drive is definitely a part of that. Joining me now is Dr. Cabeca. She's known as the girlfriend doctor. Dr. Cabeca, thanks for joining us this midday.
Thanks for having me.
You know, it's funny because I was in the grocery line the other day and I did see this as a headline on a magazine, and I'm like, what now? Gosh, I'm like, the pandemic is affecting everything. So why is COVID-19 anxiety affecting, I guess, the sex drive?
I know, like we needed anything else to affect the stress drive, right? Sex drive. Oh my gosh. Stress can affect the sex drive because when we are anxious too, this concept of anxiety, it's fear, it creates an increase in cortisol and adrenaline. And so that puts our body into an acute heightened awareness state and also physiologic stress state. We're in that fight or flight response. Cortisol goes up, oxytocin, our hormone of love, bonding, and connection, goes down. And that's why we can feel that lack of intimacy, the lack of desire, the lack of drive to reignite that intimacy.
Okay, not a good thing, not a good thing. So how are the two really linked to each other?
So this is what's really fascinating too. When you're feeling that low oxytocin, you feel that disconnect. Like when couples will tell me, like, Dr. Anna, I love my partner, I just don't feel love for them. And that's that physiologic response from depleted oxytocin because cortisol is, that's an overdrive. And then we can get in the state of burnout where we get to this physiologic state. Cortisol's low, oxytocin's low, and that can drive us apart. And that's what's happening on a physiologic level.
All right, well, Dr. Anna, we can't have this happening. We got to fix it somehow. So how can we boost the drive despite the stress?
Well, we can do everything to increase oxytocin. So while we're physical distancing, we want social intimacy. So continuing to connect, to reignite that hormone of love, bonding, and connection, oxytocin. So through playing, adopting a pet, incorporating more play into your life, anything that makes you laugh, watching your, funny movie, doing things you love that brings you pleasure, and including things that drive down cortisol. So getting out into nature, and that's a huge way to drive down cortisol, increase oxytocin, and reignite that connection. Plus being spontaneous, doing things together that, push the envelope a little bit, that kind of drive up dopamine so that you want to increase that connection and that intimacy even more. Playful things like changing, doing things you can, like changing the name on your cell phone.
Oh, I did that the other day. That's a good one. That's a really, really good one.
I want to know what you put.
Dr. Anna, thank you so much for joining us here on Midday. Great advice, and we'll be sure to get this information on our website as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.